Welcome to Monkey Maths Parent Hacks. These are short videos to help you help your child when they come home from school with something that they've learned that maybe they need some help with, they didn't fully understand, or they just need practice. I'll give you some tips and ideas about how to explain them to them and maybe how you can help them within the household to get a good handle on it. I'll also give you some ideas of how to talk like a pro with some terminology that they may come home with. Okay, so what I want to have a look at today is something that quite a few people have come to me and said, can you help me out with this particular problem? And I understand it is one that requires a lot of thinking because it's something that you can do and you do all the time. And of course, your child is struggling with it, and that leap between you understanding and them not understanding can be quite tricky and frustrating. But the reality is, when we're looking at teaching a kid how to tell the time, be patient. I mean, that's the number one thing. It will come. It just requires patience. Accept that it's going to take you a while to get it right in some cases. So be patient, be methodical, and be consistent. And so what I would suggest is just start with the basics, okay? Make sure that they're familiar with the clock face and they understand that the different hands have different roles. There's a minute hand and an hour hand, and start out with that, demonstrating that they have different roles. And for a week, 2 weeks, even a month if you have to, just concentrate on one thing and one thing alone, and that is what time it is on the hour. Okay, so what we'll be looking at is start off by saying, well, this is 3 o'clock, this is 1 o'clock, and just show them what time it is on the hour, explaining that hour hand points out what hour it's going to be. Okay, the minute hand's there, but we're not going to talk too much about that at the start because we're just trying to get the concept over that when that hour hand is pointing at a particular hour, that's what the hour is. Now, again, it may be counterintuitive because you know that hour hand moves, and when we get to something like 5 to, the hour hand's nearer to the hour that it's going to be pointing to next, rather than the hour that it's been pointing at. So that's where the confusion can get in. Just start with get them on the hour, and you know, show them it. If you've got one of those little toy clocks, use that. Draw it if you have to. Get a clock that you've got in the house, take the batteries out and change that. And one of the best things you can do is around your in your house, you can say, right, do you know what, your bedtime is 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock, whatever it is. If you can tell me when it is 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock, or you can have 10 minutes more before bed, a little reward, and then start saying, okay, if you can tell me when it's 3 o'clock next, then you'll have a reward, have some sort of little reward system, and gradually work that out so that they are identifying when it is on the hour. Okay, so start with that, and then once you're 100% happy with them doing that, it could take a week, it could take 2 weeks, it could take a month. Don't worry if it's taking a month. It'll get there eventually. It's practice, practice, practice. Once you've got them and you are 100% happy they can do on the hour, take it a step further. That's when you start to introduce the minute hand. Now, start looking at the idea of the clock turning and saying, right, it's going to take a half turn and it's going to be halfway past that hour. And start getting to look for half past the hour. And so get them to say, okay, which hour is that pointing at? More often than not, it'll be nearer, roughly nearer to the one that it's been to, but make sure that they are aware which one it is. It's 1:30, it's 2:30, and do the same thing again. It could take a week, it could take a month, but start saying to them, okay, if you can tell me when there's half an hour to bedtime, so when it's 6:30 or when it's 7:30, you're going to get an extra 5 minutes. If you can tell me when it's 2:30 and then when it's your bedtime, you can have 10 minutes extra. Again, build it and build it. So once you've done that, and you're talking about it in half terms, then start thinking, okay, you could do quarters, quarter of an hour, quarter past, but I wouldn't do it that way, because you're starting to get into the world of quarter to, and we want to avoid getting too confused. What I would perhaps think about doing is making your clock linear. Okay, so we have a clock here, we've got 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. Now they will be familiar with that, but the problem that they'll have is this idea of 5 minutes to, 5 minutes past. Now at school they use number lines, so let's turn it into a linear image. Okay, so you can see you can draw a clock, then also draw a similar circle and flatten it out and explain to them, look, actually, whilst it's round, your clock is very much like a number line that you are used to using. So what you do, you can turn it around. Okay, so you can turn it around that way, it's just as easy. And so either way, you've got a number line, and you can explain to them that the clock is just like a number line, but they've turned it into a circle and it keeps going back round to the start. So what you say is, right, where would your hour hand go for 2 o'clock? Oh, that's there. Where's your minute hand going to go for 2:30? Well, your hour hand's going to go there. All right, it's at 30. And so you start to explain it in a linear way. And this is where you start to talk about the idea of minutes going up in fives. Now again, you'd hope that by this stage they start to be able to count in fives. They are able to understand how a number line works, so turn it into a linear number line. And so what you would say is, we already know how to find 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. We already know how to find 2:30. Okay, let's change that a little bit. All right. If we have a clock like this, right, there's your clock. It'll look exactly the same. Right, and the hands are showing this. Remember, minutes are on the minutes are on the top, hours are on the bottom. Where is my hands here? So we'll say that that's at 4:10. It's not a very good diagram. So they'll say, oh right, there's the minutes there, and there's the hours there. And you say, oh, that's brilliant. Okay, and work around anything up to 4:30, and start talking about that's 10 minutes past 4. That's 15 minutes past 4. That's 20 minutes past 4. That's fine. Again, take your time. Don't step up to the other side yet, okay? And I'll explain why. It'll be easy for them to understand 5 past, 10 past, quarter past, 15 minutes past, 20 past, 25 past, 30 past, half an hour past. They'll be able to understand that because it's an easy concept, because they know the hour is there and they know the minutes are there, and they'll be able to get it. Again, this could take a week, it could take 4 weeks. So you see, at the worst case scenario, we're talking possibly even 3 months this has taken. But if you are consistent, it'll stick. Once you've got to that point, then you start doing the difficult stuff and start talking about 2:30 to the hour, because that's where you start talking about 22, 1:45, and that sort of thing. So again, using this method, draw it on there and say, okay, again, that's a rubbish diagram from me, but what you're hopefully going to see is that they'll say that, well, that's nearly 7. So say, okay, it's nearly 7. Is it on 7? So, well, no, it's not. And they say, where's the minute hand? Well, the minute hand is on just on 9 there. So that's there. Okay. Well, that's 45 past 7. They'll say, and you say, no, actually, it hasn't got to 7 yet. Well, no, it hasn't. Okay. So it's therefore something to 7. How many is it? And they can jump the number line. Oh, it's 15 minutes. Okay, and so you work on that. The number line will help you, especially with this part, the idea of jumping to, and they'll look at it and they'll go, okay, it's here. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5 jumps of 5. That's 25 to. That's where you perhaps want to start thinking about going. As I say, using a number line, making it linear, that can often help, especially with students who, kids who haven't necessarily grasped it straight away. Use number lines. They can do it. They do it at school, but do it in steps. So step 1, introduce the notion of the clock, talk about the hands for the hours and the minutes, and then start thinking about the idea of getting to tell you the time on the hour. Progress that to half turns, and therefore talk about half past the hour. Then start using the linear timeline here along with the clock to start talking about hours and minutes, and do it up to half past, so you can talk about 5 past, 10 past, quarter past, that sort of terminology. When they've got that, then step on to anything that's something to, because that's a bit more tricky. But once they've got this part of it, once they understand the clock, once they understand the hours, the minutes, this little section, the final section, is the one that's probably the hardest to crack. Leave it till last, and once they've got that, they're sorted.